Welcome back to our classroom. Previous class we have discussed about kinetic energy. Now we are moving on to potential energy. Generally, what is potential energy? So here I have chosen one object, right? And this is the ground level. Assume now, right? My left hand is ground level and this object is placed over this ground level. Now I lift this object against gravity at a height h, right? At a particular height, I am raising this object against the gravity. So does the object has any energy? Yes, of course. It has a potential energy, right? The potential energy is mainly depends upon mass, acceleration due to gravity, and the height of the object from the ground level or whatever you choose the level. It mainly depends upon these three factors. And how to define a potential energy? In two different ways we can define the potential energy. The first definition, an object increases its energy. Obviously, yes, it increases energy when rise through a height. An object increases its energy rise through a height. Yes, for that only I am told this is the ground surface. If the height increases, the potential energy also increases. And this is because the work is done on it against gravity. Yes, we done a work done against the gravity to pull that object to a particular height. That's what its energy increases when we rise through a height, right? And while it is being raised, right? While it is being raised, still if you are rising the height of the object, the energy will be increased, and that is called gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy. This is the one of the definition for gravitational potential energy. Or simply we can say potential energy of an object. And the second definition, the gravitational potential energy of an object at a point, right, above the ground. So here we are talking about above ground. Above the ground is defined as work done, the work done in raising it from the ground to that point against the gravity. This is the second definition. So here I have drawn on the diagram, right? This is the ground surface, right? And this one is object. Instead of this object, I have placed this object, right? Now I am lifting this object against the gravity to this height. So this is the height between rising height, right? So this is the height. I have moved this object from this place to this place, and this object has potential energy which is increases when the height increases, right? That's what we have defined. The work done in rising it, we apply the work done to rise from ground level to some level, right? This is a ground level, and we apply some work done and move down to some height, and from the ground to that point against the gravity, we are lift this object against the gravity, right? In general formula, we can write the potential energy. Potential energy is equal to mgh. This is the formula for potential energy. Potential energy is equal to mgh. M is mass of object, g is acceleration due to gravity, h is height. How much height we lifted that object against the gravity, that is h, height of an object, right? I hope you understand well. Thank you. See you in the next video.